Hello everyone, welcome back to the Road to Candidate Master. This is the second video for this series. Obviously I've had previous videos on my over the board tournaments, but I didn't really give them a proper name. So Road to Candidate Master seems like a fun goal to try to hit. I don't know, 5 years. Probably it'll take even longer than that, but for now we're just having some fun playing over the board games. And as you can see, if you watched last week's video, I was at like 1400 OTB and my official rating now jumped up 1500. I think this is going to happen for a while. I do think I'm quite underrated. So if I continue to play people who are higher rated, like my opponent today, win those games, I'll be able to kind of surge higher and higher. And hopefully by even the end of the year, getting to 17, 1800, even 1900. Nice little goal. So yeah, I have two games for you guys today. I played just two games in the tournament. So let's get into them. I played someone by the name of Jorge. He was much older, I'd say maybe like 60s or something like that. Very nice guy. And he played an Evans Gambit. So he played B4. Not a move that I see too often these days, especially in the 2200 rapid pool. You don't see the Evans Gambit all the time. I feel like I saw it most between like 800 and 2050, 2100 maybe. You still see it. I see it in Blitz all the time because my Blitz rating is only 1700, but or I think 1800. But yeah, so he played the Evans Gambit, which I'm happy to go into the Gambit. I played, I think, the best line, which obviously, I guess you can go back here as well. I guess you can go back here. I prefer E7. I don't know why. I just kind of prefer E7. He pushed E5. I took, he castled, which the computer is giving as a inaccuracy. I'm not an Evans Gambit player, so I don't know what you're supposed to do. That's what I was expecting. Yeah, queen here is like, I thought the official move, which if he had gone here, what would I have done? Knight a5. See, this is, I had this recently in a bullet game, I'm pretty sure. And you come here, and the idea is the queen doesn't have any squares to continue to defend. I guess if they go here, you push this, because now the knight is defended by the queen. If they go here, I'm assuming something like this to hit the queen again. I guess they do this. Yeah, fair enough. You have to do something like this to sever the connection. Go back, then you push. This is an interesting line. Yeah, and then you take this, and I guess they probably take this. Take. What's so good here for black? Okay, this is not a position I would love with black personally because I can't castle anymore. I'm going to take at least 3 moves. But in any case, that's just some Evans Gambit theory. I don't play the Evans Gambit, though I have thought about it over time. But he castled instead of going for that. I played the best move, knight f6. He pushed. I went here. The computer wants this, which is very interesting. To me, c takes d4 with an immediate d5. And if they en passant, you take back with this knight and you hit the bishop. And that's a really interesting sequence. You probably just do this. And I mean, I don't know. I guess knight here, castle. This is all very comfortable, I feel like, for black. Like, this is just comfortably a pawn up. I don't think black has much compensation here in this line for the pawn down. Yeah, they don't even have any kind of like bishop, like there's just not much here, I think. So, but anyway, yeah, so he, all of that happened, but I didn't know the best move. I was completely out of book here. I did not know the best move is knight e4, but I'll keep that in mind for the future. I played knight g4 just to kind of pressure this pawn a little bit. He took, and in this position, I played at d5, which is the best move. I thought he was going to en passant. He came here with his bishop. I pushed a6, takes, and this is a very solid structure, I think, because I can always defend. Well, I probably do this because if here, there's some pressure on the bishop, and then you have to defend it, and you don't want to have to spend that kind of tempo. So and this is actually the position that ended up happening. He went knight c3, I went bishop e6, he went rook e1, castled, and here he spent like 10 minutes. I think he just didn't really know what to do, and I think he saw some threats here with bishop here, which he was correct to sniff out. So he went rook a1, because, you know, if he had done something random here, I can already think of c5 was an idea as well. C5 was something I thought of to just give myself like this is a super, like if he just does something random. Well, okay, I guess he has to defend this square, but that would have been a super, super nice position to have, but didn't happen. I castled, he went rook there. I pushed f6. As you can see here, the engine's really starting to not like what I've been doing recently. It's giving white a +1, plus 1.2, so nothing crazy. It's not like super winning, but he capitalized on it. He pushed h3, which this entire time I kind of knew he always had h3. My knight didn't have any available squares. I was kind of happy to double my pawns because, like, which by the way, when he takes here, I cannot take with the bishop because my other bishop is hanging. So I had to take with the rook, which I saw this. But yeah, I didn't really mind these kind of doubled pawns because I always felt like in these kind of positions, you can always go rook here, or sorry, queen here, rook here, sorry, king there, rook here, you know, just like really just create a lot of nice attacking prospects on the king side. And it's not like he has a ton of pieces, you know, in this area, so I'm not too worried. So I took with the rook. He jumped in with his knight to e5, pressuring this pawn, you know, threatening a nice little fork, getting my bishop. So I thought for a while here, I thought about this, I thought about this to defend the pawn. I mean, is this a perfectly fine move? Knight a4, yeah, this is not a great position to be in for black. But I kind of just thought, like, I don't really need this pawn. So I went here. I'm already up a pawn, so at worst. So he takes here correctly, knowing if I take here, he'll have this check. Takes. I saw that in the game. He'd be up a piece. So I went bishop there, which is the best move. He went rook b2. I thought that move was a little sus. I was like, I don't really see how that helps. Like, this rook is undefended. If this queen ever leaves, this rook will be undefended. It just seemed like his pieces weren't coordinated super, super well. But he's defending this pawn from this battery, so it makes sense. I went queen g7. He went queen d3. You know what's funny is I actually thought about king h8 here. I thought about it for a while. I ultimately just went here instead. I really should have gone queen h8, or sorry, king h8 to put some pressure here, but I wanted this quick rook battery. I didn't want to have to spend another tempo to come here. So I went here and he pushed g4, which I was like, that's crazy. g4 is crazy. He had under 5 minutes at this point. I had right around 12. I should mention the first like 10 or 15. I remember the first 15 moves of the game, he spent 10 minutes already. I think I had spent 3 or 4. Like, I just didn't spend much time in the opening because I was kind of in book. He's a higher rated player, so maybe it was a tactic to put me off or something. I don't know. But I should also mention, I mentioned this in the first video, but I realized I didn't this time. These games are 25 minutes with 5-second delay. And in this position, you know, there's a lot of moves. I was kind of thinking this, but then I thought he could just like do something like this, and any kind of potential sacrifices that I maybe would have wanted before. Okay, they still work. If you take like this, okay, they still work. I thought h5 was a little too slow. So I immediately sacrificed bishop. It's a brilliant move. Takes. And here he spent like another 6 minutes. He spent quite a while. I wish I had the timestamps with I just don't track that. It'd be impossible to. But he only has one square, so I don't know why he was thinking for so long. I guess for his like moves after that. So he went king here. I did rook g1 check, king e2, and this is a pretty good advantage. -4. Rook e8 check. He blocked with the knight. So here, as many of you viewers on the channel, if you watched for many, many years, you'll know if Yonatan is given 1 to 2, or 2 options, maybe 3 options, good amount of the time, he's gonna pick the wrong option. He's gonna pick the wrong option. When you give me too many choices, for some reason, I just did. So here's the thing. If I go bishop takes, the thing that I feared, rook takes g1. That's what I feared. And I didn't know what my follow-up was. I was thinking of all these different bishop discoveries here because the king is in line. But yeah, I accurately assessed if I go here, he just goes here and he's up a rook. I have no other checks. I guess I can do this, but this is just depressing. I have no pieces. Now he's +4. So I was like, okay, well, I can't do that. I thought about rook takes giving another check, which is also winning, barely, because you're sacrificing a whole rook. Well, you're getting an exchange. And if here, I just did not see the follow-up after this. I didn't see it. What is the follow-up? Oh, I see. I did not see that you'll win this rook after all of it. I did not see that. Did not see that. Okay. Because I calculated up until here, and I was like, what do you do? Like, what do I do? If here he takes with this, you take with this rook. Like I said before, the rooks are uncoordinated earlier. And if he takes like this, I have this check. Oh my goodness. Oh, that would have been a good line to go for. This is a nice position. I just take, and okay, these pawns suck, but I have this outside A pawn. This pawn is never queening. This pawn is never queening. Dang, okay. Well, that didn't happen. So I didn't take with the rook. I didn't take with the bishop. I did rook here, which, by the way, in that previous line, some of you would have seen, and if you're good enough at calculating, would have noticed here, I have this discovered check, winning back the piece. And if he goes here, it's just immediate main one. If what, rook d1, I don't know why you go into the line of another check. Why not just here? Oh. Yeah, and you're just super winning, super winning. Yeah, you have to probably go somewhere like here. Jesus Christ, here, what, here. Probably just rook takes, queen takes, here. Yeah, you have to block and, oh my god, man. Well, there was probably a quicker mate or something, I don't know. So yeah, I did not see the correct move after here. I did not see that I could do a discover check, winning back the rook. So I took this rook. Yeah, I spent like, it's like what the top level players say. If you spend like, obviously this isn't a long classical 2-hour game, but if you're spending 20, 30, 40 minutes on a move, it's probably the wrong move. Unless there's that famous saying, long variation, wrong variation. It's something that I need to get better at, because from this point onward, my opponent just played very well here. And I won't bore you guys with the details. At this point, we had less than about 30 seconds each of us. I went on to lose this game, which is pretty heartbreaking considering I was, yeah, I was better for, I had an outright winning position for much of the game. I guess I can show you guys the review in case you're interested in some of the accuracy. My opponent played with 85.6. I played with 82.1. I did have a brilliant move, 3 great moves, 5 book moves, but unfortunately he beat me out on the best moves. You guys can't see it, but it said he played like a 2100. It said I played like a 2050. But you can see this graph, like he did not have much of a winning advantage at all. Like the best one he had kind of in the early game was when I kind of got my knight a little bit trapped. But then from then on, as soon as this happened, like this, that's if there was one skill that I wish I could pick up on, I would gain hundreds and hundreds of both OTB and online ELO if I was able to just capitalize on winning positions. If I was able to capitalize on winning positions, I'd win so many games. I'd win so many games. This is obviously a problem that many players have, but it's heartbreaking when it happens to you. So he won that game. Kudos to him. Now let's take a look at the second game that I played between me and a man named Jared. So yeah, let's get into this. I played as white this time, and when he did this, I almost had half a mind to play an Evans Gambit, which I have never played, OTB or online, but I was like, okay, we're in the same position as my last game. Let me play an Evans Gambit, but I played my typical c3. Just a bunch of basic early Italian moves. He brought his bishop out here. I do not like trading the light squared bishop in this position. And you'll see why later. It came in handy. But I tuck it here, and yeah. It's funny. Both of my opponents, 1800, 1700, it just like, they spend it, like he spent like 6 minutes in this position. I felt like if he had castled, he would have just, he would have lost a piece. And I saw that immediately when I went queen c2, bishop c2. I don't know. It's so weird with OTB chess. Like some of these 17, 1800, I was watching another board between two. One of them was a 2100, one of them was a 1900. Saw that the 2100 just blundered in the opening. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm better than these people. If I was, I'd be at their rating. I have so many deficiencies. It's so easy to like look at another person's board and point out flaws. But when you go to your board and you see that you're, losing or you're not capitalizing on blunders, then it's like, okay, well, where's all that intuition then? But I just like he spent so much time here. And I guess his solution to this whole problem, I thought he was just going to go all the way back. Bishop a7 or bishop e6. I thought that's what this is what I'm saying at 2100, 2200 level chess.com. It's like it's immediate. You just go bishop back. Like this is such a common position in the Italian. You just go bishop back. Just go bishop back. But I guess he just mixed up his theory. I don't know. He felt his knight was undefended. He was going to get hit with this fork. So bishop g4. I'm not trying to criticize high-level players. I'm just it's funny to me how different OTB chess can be to online players. So he went there. I pushed h3. He went back. I went knight d2. He castled, went rook e1. He pushed d5, which is critical. He spent some time thinking here. It's not a bad move. A5 would have been a move. I thought h6 was going to come because I thought he could see what my reroute was going to be, and he wanted to preserve his bishop maybe. Or sorry, I guess a knight here. I thought that was what he was going to do. He pushed d5, takes. I'm just continuing with my plan. My plan, knight f1. I thought he was also going to go queen here, which is the best move. A little bit of an inaccuracy. I went knight g4, knight g3, and he went back, and I played a stupid move. I went knight here, kind of telling myself, if I'm able to get rid of this light squared bishop, I'll be able to jump in here. Because if he just does something random, I think I just outright win a piece. I correctly assessed this. Yes, here. He doesn't have a way to defend this bishop anymore. Oh, whoops. I guess that's if he takes with that. Fair enough. Oh, then there's this diagonal that has problems. Oh man, okay. I do not know what's happening with my pieces. Chess.com is tweaking out. I don't know what that was. Okay, anyway. I went, knight h4, which is, again, I'm kind of blitzing out much of my moves. He has probably 15 minutes at this time, and I have like 21, 22. Like I'm not really thinking about my moves because most rapid players, when they're blitzing out the opening by minute 9, they've already rattled off probably 10, 15 moves, depending on the variation. So I just thought it was normal to not spend too much time. But he spent a lot of time and he went queen f6. Then I realized, like, crap, I made a mistake. You know what I was thinking? Does this work? Okay, the engine doesn't hate it. The idea is here, and you push here. Because you're down a piece. I just sacrificed a piece. But I noticed I can hit the queen and the bishop. I saw this in the game when I had saw my mistake, knight h4. I kind of thought it'd be cool to just kind of sacrifice a piece, but unfortunately they don't really work because I guess he can take here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because you don't have time now for that sacrifice. Okay, interesting. So I went back. He pushed h6. I didn't really know what to do here, to be quite honest. I was like, okay, a4 is maybe an idea. Didn't love it. I was like, this could be an idea. Don't love it. This could be an idea. Don't love it. So I gave up the bishop pair. I didn't really think they were going to be super necessary in this position. He just brought his rooks to the open center. I pushed a4 again. I was kind of like, I was half thinking king h1, which is a good move. It was better that, it's the engine is giving knight e4 or king h1. I didn't know what to do because this pawn is pinned. Ultimately, if I'm able to push this pawn, this bishop is kind of out of the game. He's never able to push his own d4 for any reason, which he can't do right now anyway, but maybe later on he wants to. But I thought king h1 was just kind of dumb. So I want a4. He pushed, and now black has the slight advantage. And then I just played a seek, like rook e to f1. Well, I guess just rook f1. Yeah, just bad move. He has this move, which is crazy. I did not see that in the slightest. My opponent didn't see it either. I guess they want push. There's so many different discoveries though here. Here. Probably knight takes. Oh, just rook takes. Wow. Here. Jesus. Wow, rook takes, huh? Oh my god. What is going on here? I guess because you're always gonna... No. Oh, because you give a check move and then you take this piece, probably. Yeah. Okay, well that's way above the pay grade. Way above the pay grade. So I was just trying to look at any kind of discoveries that could happen. He calculated for a while, who took here, took back. I think with queen there, didn't really think that was a good move in the moment. I jumped in with my knight. He probably wanted to get rid of this bishop anyway, but I didn't really know how to shore up the center. I can't push here because he has more attack. Like, he literally is most defended square. So I couldn't push that. So I wanted to just make it so he couldn't push this pawn. So I knew I was doubling my own pawns, but I was really not that worried about it. And then position here is not that bad for me. He looked kind of nervous in this moment. I'm looking at this pawn. I thought he was going to go knight a5. One, to stop this push, but then also this bishop wants this diagonal, and if you're able to stop that, that's pretty nice. And this knight isn't, you know, knight's on the rim or grim, but I thought this was a perfectly fine position that he could always come back if he really wanted to. But no, he pushed f3, or sorry, f6. Yeah, and I gave a bishop check. He moved his queen. I went rook a to d1. I just capitalized on the. I played all the right moves in this moment. Maybe not that one wasn't best, but rook a to d1 was. He went back, and then immediately I went here. He keeps spending a lot. He kept spending a lot of time on his moves. So I noticed if he went back here, everything is fine. But if he went to e7, I'd immediately be able to jump in with my knight because this is just a clean fork, just the cleanest of forks. I also was calculating rook takes a medial fork. Does that work? I mean, it does, but it's not like great. He takes here first. I was thinking with the queen so that when he takes, I can come here. So this is +6. Wow. I did not evaluate this as plus. I didn't get this far, but I told myself if he takes here, I am going to give this check, and I didn't know how to assess it. He can't go here because then I get another check and everything's fine. Comes here, takes. Oh, I guess I didn't follow the most correct line, but here, I wonder if he takes with this. Yeah, so maybe come here and here. Okay, I mean, there's still a game here, +3. I'm assuming maybe here. Yeah. Probably here. Yeah, okay, it's just the queen is just too powerful. Maybe I should have gone for that. But he didn't, or sorry, it's not that I could have gone for that. He could have gone for that if he took this rook. But he moved his queen, or sorry, his king. Yeah, I saw that this bishop kept hitting this pawn, and the only defender was my queen, and I thought to myself, okay, I don't really care about this pawn. It's pretty inconsequential. I knew I was winning in this position. I knew I was winning. So I went here. He took, bam, and this is as far as I calculated when I initially moved my queen. Gave a check, his king went here, and then I jumped in with my knight, hitting his queen. And yeah, he went back to base. Yeah, that's his only square, actually, queen there. And here's where I started to, as always, I was, what, +3, +4 in the previous game. Here I'm +3 again, completely winning position. But of course, the bishop is doing a very good job of defending, so is this pawn, and also the queen by kind of X-ray. There isn't any kind of weird, bishop moves or like anything like that. I kind of thought to come here, but then I thought he just comes here and everything is hunky-dory. I did not push h4 like I should have, because in my mind, I don't know, guys. I wish I understood. I think here, I thought he had here. But that doesn't make sense because you just take. Here, I thought he could come here. I could just take. His bishop is just straight up out of moves. His bishop is straight up out of moves. Wait, what the heck? What the heck am I looking at? Oh, wow. Yeah, these are crazy tactics. In a rapid game, I probably see this. or I should word it like this. In an online game, I probably see this tactic, takes. That is insane. That's insane. Okay, this is insane. What? Sack the rook? What are you talking about? Like, why not just take the free knight? Are you worried about mate? Probably. No, but you have checks. I have tons of checks. What if here? Yeah, it's just mate in one. It's just mate in one, so you can't go there. And if he goes to the back rank, what? I'm just giving hella checks until the... Okay. Okay. Yeah, rook takes is... I would not have seen that in the game. I can tell you, it's telling him to sacrifice his rook. Rook takes is crazy. Yeah, the engine's... So I didn't push h4. For some reason, I thought bishop had moved, so I went slow with it. I pushed g3. He went knight back. I saw no other option but to take. Then I think I did. So I will say this. At this point, we stopped taking notation. Both my opponent and I, we both had under a minute. But I lost this game. I got, his bishop got here, his, like we traded off one set of rooks. I don't remember. I feel like maybe I went here. I don't remember. I wish I remembered, but yeah, so I wish I had more of the game for you guys, but ultimately I lost this game because I blundered. In the end, I blundered I got my queen, my king was here, and his queen got here, and his bishop was here, and I just got mated because I had a rook here. I know one of these rooks was here, and then my queen was right here. So it's a moot point. It doesn't matter. But so 2 games. I was so angry. I just left. I just went home. I was so angry because I was winning in both of these games against high-rated opponents. That's why I think I can hang with these like 17, 18, even 1900 USCF rated players. Because I'm constantly getting winning positions against them, but they are also able to be in worse positions and defend well. So I got to give my opponents kudos. Got to give them kudos. They know how to defend well. So yeah, lost both of these games. Heartbreaking to lose 2 games when you're winning in both of them. I had a draw. He repeated positions twice. I can't show you guys the real position, but he repeated the position twice at the end. But I wanted to go for a win, and I got mated. So. Yeah, anyway, appreciate you guys for watching. I promise you, my rating only went down to 1496. I think it only went down because I lost to an 1800 and a 1700, 2 people who are 200-300 elo higher than me. So yeah, I constantly am in sections where I'm playing against people who are much better, but I can't seem to capitalize on the winning positions. It always seems to be 1 or 2 moves that I need to make, and I just don't find them. Sometimes it's easier for me to get to the winning position than to win the winning position. That's incredibly frustrating. It's very frustrating. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.